How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the final episode of the Mass Monster Hunting series. In this final episode, I'll be covering one of the relatively new Slayer monsters that was introduced with the Karen Catacombs, the Deviant Spectres. Before we get going, if you enjoy checking out my videos and can't wait until the next one, tap that subscribe button so you'll know as soon as a new one comes out. This video was a request from a viewer who wished to remain anonymous, so Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous Viewer, thanks for watching and thanks for the request. As usual, we'll start off with some background information. Deviant Spectres are the stronger variant of their weaker counterparts, the Aberrant Spectre. The Deviant Spectres can only be found in one location, which is in the southwest corner of the Karen Catacombs. The Deviant Spectres are a pretty strong creature. They have a combat level of 169 and a hit points level of 190. They are aggressive and are found in a multi-combat zone, making them very easy to AFK. They are not poisonous, their maximum hit is 21, and their weakness is melee. They attack using only magic and require a Slayer level of 60 or higher to kill. If you are on a Slayer task, you'll receive 194.5 Slayer experience for each one you defeat. Their defense level is 90, making them a lot more tanky than their weaker variant. The Deviant Spectres drop every kind of herb seed available, along with every type of grimy herb. As for weapons and armor, battle staff drops are uncommon, but killing them for a long period of time, you will get quite a few. The same goes for the lava battle staff. Runeful helms and rune chain bodies are a bit more uncommon, and their unique drop is the Black Mystic Robe Bottom, which is dropped at a rate of 1 in 512 and is considered a rare drop. The only other miscellaneous drop which you'll want to pick up is the Limpwort roots. These are dropped in a quantity of 2 to 11 and are noted, making them easily stackable. As for the type of gear setups you'll want, I'll run through the melee and ranged, as they are both viable combat forms for fighting this creature. Although the RS Wiki says that melee is their weakness, I have found that they actually take more damage from range attacks with a blowpipe rather than with a whip, Zamorakian Hasta, or Abyssal Dagger. I averaged about 30 to 40 more kills per trip with the blowpipe, but the drawback from this is that the money spent on Zulrah scales and darts is a little bit more than most people are going to want to put out. For the melee setup, I chose to go with a Slayer helmet, as you will need a nose peg to kill these or they will rapidly drain your stats, Fire Cape, Amulet of Torture, Proselyte Plate and Legs, Dragon Defender, Primordial Boots, Barrow's Gloves, and, depending on your weapon, a Warrior Ring or a Berserker Ring. If you're using an Abyssal Whip, I suggest the Warrior Ring, and if you're using a Zamorakian Hasta or Abyssal Dagger, I suggest the Berserker Ring. In my inventory, you'll see 2 supersets and 12 prayer potions, an herb sack, and a smoke battle staff, and nature runes for high alchemies. For the range setup, I went with the Slayer helmet, Ava's accumulator, Necklace of Anguish, blowpipe with adamant darts, armadillo top, proselyte legs, archer's ring, Pegasian boots, and Barrow's gloves. In my inventory, I have 3 ranging potions, 15 prayer potions, an herb sack, and the necessary items for high alchemy. I highly recommend the herb sack and high alchemies to maximize your trip time. These do drop a decent amount of herbs, and you want to be picking up the decent ones. I also decided to just alch the battle staffs and lava battle staffs, as well as the runeful helms and rune chain bodies, as their market value doesn't differ much from their alchemy value. And, if you so choose, you can also alch the mithril battle axes and black plate legs that they also drop. Now, I wish I could say the loot was exciting, but what you see in my inventory is it. I think I may have broken even for what I spent to be here for 25 hours. I ended up with 1.5 mil from alching drops while I was there, 100 Renar weeds is the only notable herb stack, 14 snapdragon seeds, 7 loop half keys, 4 tooth half keys, 1052 limpwort roots, and 4 black mystic robe bottoms, which was right on target for how many I killed and what their drop rate is. So let's get rid of all of this junk and see how much money I didn't make. After selling all the loot, I ended up with 3,806,484 GP. I probably don't need to tell you that compared to my other videos, this was terrible loot, but I'm going to anyway. This was terrible loot. Throughout the 25 hours I killed these, I managed to kill 2,221 Deviant Spectres, which averaged me out to about 1,713 GP per kill and 152,000 GP per hour. After taking the time to kill these for 25 hours, I'm going to suggest not even killing these on a Slayer task. The weaker Aberrant Spectres offer a much lower defense level and a much higher kill rate per hour. I don't think it's worth the supplies or the time to kill these for money making or for a Slayer task. I believe the only benefit of killing these may be better experience, but I only believe this to be so if you have a higher combat level and you can shred through their defense. Well, everyone, that brings us to the conclusion of the Mass Monster Hunting series. It spanned about 6 months and 12 episodes, and I had a ton of fun doing it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and most of all, thank you for those of you that followed every episode of the series. Make sure you keep an eye on my channel for the series recap, which I'll be uploading next week. It'll give you a review of each monster I killed and will rank them from 1 through 12 based on their GP per hour. I'll also be starting a new mini-series that will span 5 episodes and will be based around the Slayer skill and how you can maximize your profit. Slayer is my favorite skill and I've always wanted to do a series on it, so stay tuned everyone and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be seeing you all very soon, and as usual, take it easy.
I'm like, hey, what's up?